The more entertaining your propaganda, the better it works. Right off the bat, I don't think most people understand that propaganda is like a really broad term for any message with a political inclination to it that you are giving to the masses with the intent to change people's minds. It can be good, it can be bad, it can even be neutral. Propaganda is just like, if you want people to vote for free school lunches for kids, and you put out a commercial that makes that seem like a good idea, that's propaganda. If you're like, well, that makes most things propaganda, then. Like the police have one of the greatest propaganda campaigns ever. Because the police procedural is one of the greatest 45-minute entertainment blocks we've ever figured out. It just works really well to introduce a crime and then introduce people who are investigating that crime, and then over 45 minutes you unveil who did what, and then maybe you put some courtroom drama at the end. I know so many staunch leftists who hate the police with every fiber of their being, who still watch Law and Order because they can't stop watching Law and Order. Most of the Marvel movies are propaganda to the point where they directly work with the United States military, and the United States military has final say on the project as to what gets into or out of the final cut. Stop ruining my take! Captain Marvel directly had a recruitment campaign, and it was very successful. The Top Gun series, just those two movies, are some of the most successful propaganda the United States Navy has ever produced. Every time they put out a particularly successful war movie, recruitment goes up. People go to the movies and they watch really heroic scenes of stuff and they go, I want to do that. And then they go and find a recruiter and they get screwed over. Yeah, it'll be just like Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can make you a medic. Oh, you loved Top Gun? Yeah, just sign on the dotted, and once you get through the normal training, we'll be sure to accelerate you into the fighter pilot program. Yeah, you'll be a Top Gun in no time. Come on, kids, join the war. It's just like the Marvel movies. Oh my God, they recruit on Twitch now. So just let that rattle around in the noodle. Yeah, on Fortnite. Fortnite is got recruiters playing with the kids. This is all to say, one of the things I don't think anyone ever talks about is that Fox News is very entertaining. I know people don't like to compliment things they don't like. It's just like, I don't like to admit that Donald Trump is one of the most fascinating human beings that I have ever seen. I don't like that when he talks, I am fascinated. I can't really watch him anymore, but like, I'll admit, in the beginning, when he would go up there and just ramble through some dumb speech about like nuclear weapons, I just sit there and be like, wow, what is wrong with this guy? But just because I have a part of me that is like, haha, the things he's saying are dumb, the part of me that's like, drawn in, that's his charisma. Stop ruining my takes. There's a reason he was a successful game show host, because he's fun to watch be a buffoon. And Fox News is like if Michael Bay made the news. Like, if you haven't watched it in a while, the banners and the graphics, and it's just so much visual noise and actual noise. Like, I don't know if it's gotten to the point where like a bald eagle screams across the screen dragging an American flag to switch between the various white people screaming at the screen. But it's close. Like, every banner is like a waving American flag with like, attention, terrorism, and blah, blah, blah. And then like, there's like another banner that's like, the stock market's gonna kill your mom. And then some guy gets on there and he looks constipated and he's like, you're not gonna fucking believe what the president did. And you're like, what did the president do? Not only is he a senile old man who doesn't know anything, but he's about to start World War III because of his mastermind. And you're like, wow, no way, he's both weak and strong? Oh, that's scary and historically something that has worked to rile up the masses. Tell me more. And they're like, let's cut to this general whose troops didn't like him while he tells you some not very true things about how things are going with the military. You know, that thing that you love but also hate. Because they have guns and tanks and jets, and that's and awesome. But they also let women in now, and they had to change some of the uniforms because they get pregnant sometimes. And the Navy SEALs, oh my God, just thinking about makes me want to. But also, one of them was trans once, so that's not okay. And then 17 identical looking women say something about the economy, and then it cuts back to an angry white guy screaming. And let's just be honest, most of the 90s comedy was white men screaming. It's successful. People like watching that. Sometimes it's funny, I enjoyed some Lewis Black when I was growing up. I enjoyed watching him, although I do think I should draw attention to the fact that Jewish people have a very good reason to scream, separated from white supremacy. So just wanted to lay that right there, let that stew. Maybe Lewis Black wasn't the best example, but when I think of screaming in the 90s, he immediately came to mind. That's because everyone else was just copying him, as I'm sort of doing right now. Anyway, moving on. Fox News works because it's entertaining. I mean, it's labeled as entertainment. They're not even the news. And I just think we got to remember that. We got to remember that propaganda works because it's fun to watch, because it makes you feel stuff. I really feel like people don't want to acknowledge that, even if you know that it's propaganda, it'll still make you feel the feelings in your ape brain. Again, a lot of staunch leftists watch Law and Order. Bum, bum. Also, Star Trek brings a ton of people into the military. It's the closest thing you're going to get to Starfleet. People go to the sub program because the sub school's apparently just like the Starfleet Academy. Sometimes it's good. A lot of Star Trek causes people to go become doctors and engineers and scientists. So, yay there. But I think people need to start, when they're enjoying their programming, to recognizing the feelings that it causes in them. Go watch Top Gun Maverick, and whatever that feeling is, try to get in the headspace and feel that feeling and recognize that's why people join the military. Whatever that is. I don't know why it comes from Tom Cruise. I don't. But when you put that man into a fighter jet, I experienced the horrors of war, and I watched Top Gun Maverick, and I'm like, I'd do it again. I gotta tamp that down. I gotta be like, what is that? What is that feeling? But it's there. It's there, and we need to acknowledge it. Also, some about mustaches. Cops, the military, other things. Yeah, some there. Propaganda mustaches. That's what we're in the video. Have a great day, everybody. Germany, World War II, mustache. Stop ruining the take!